Howdy guys, I'm a fellow 8, your favorite wolf girl enthusiast, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Illuminated. This is an FE8 hack made by Sokobala, and today it's time for Chapter 7, Favor for a Favor. Of course, last time we left off losing Sam, but instead gaining Finch and Cordelia. Makes me very sad to lose Sam. Actually, I think Sam walked off with my Lance-Reaver now that I think about it. But I guess that's fine? That's not fine. I needed that, because now I don't have a Lance counter. Well, that's unlucky. That's unlucky. I guess we'll find out about that. But for now, the story. Rain, report. What can you tell me about the tome? Originally, nothing too dissimilar from what you have already figured out. The text, the engravings, everything from the outward appearance would suggest that this is candescent. I don't think that's true. I don't think that that's entirely true. Originally. Yes, just like with any tome, as I'm sure you're aware with your dark magic, a magic user can feel the energy of the tome course through them. Wait, do we maybe have like... I don't know which we have. If we have like a fake version or if this is the fake one, I guess we'll see. It is almost like a bond that you share with the tome. One that allows you to conjure magic once you understand its material. And with all due respect, Caius, light magic is not one of your proficiencies. So it wasn't terribly surprising that you didn't feel anything from Candescent. I guess, question mark? However, when I began to flip through the pages of Candescent, I felt no such energy. Oh. Okay, so he knows, right. This was especially surprising given my own personal mastery of light magic. Ultimately, the only conclusion that I could come to was that this book could not be the real Candescent. Okay, so we have the real one. What you acquired from Terran was likely a fake. Unbelievable, Terran. To the end, you defended a book you never even tried to understand. You told me it was for our own good, for my own good, and your stubbornness has left all of this a pointless mess. How could you be so selfish? Well, I mean, I guess, like, you know what, this is a fair thought to have, because, you know, considering the circumstances, he could actually believe that Terran would have done something like that. That's kind of cool. That's actually really cool how that is possible. How could you not open your mind up to another possibility? To make matters worse, if the tome we have is a fake, there's no telling where Terran may have hidden the real one. And seeing as how Terran is no longer living, we have no possible leads as to where Candescent could be. Whew, that's rough. What a terrible turn of events. I'm sorry, Caius, I did everything I could. I know, Rain. This wasn't an error on your end. The better question is, how do we go forward from here? Everything we've done up to this point is now a complete wash. Oh wait, actually, don't we have that one guy that's like coming to quote-unquote rat us out? The like spy that was on Caius' side? Wait a minute, Caius, someone is coming. Is that what I'm expecting it is? Yeah, okay, I gotcha. Sir Caius, I'm sorry to interrupt, but... Baron, please, slow down and gather yourself. Right, thank you, sir. Okay, I think I'm good. Good, now tell me, where is the fire? Oh, gotcha, okay. What's going on? After you and I parted back in Ursk, I took it upon myself to go and visit Caston, and... Caston, the old commercial hub in Ursk. What were you doing there? I was curious about something. As Lancaster had told us, Luxon's movements are getting increasingly more aggressive from the northern border. So after the night at Terran's hideout, I wanted to see if I could gather information as to the scope of their presence. And what I found is not good. When I arrived at Caston, it was already under Luxon's jurisdiction. Okay. So Luxon has already made it to Caston. That is surprising. As far as I'm aware, Luxon has said nothing about officially starting their assault. I wonder if it was just a similar detachment of soldiers, or a smaller detachment of soldiers that was deployed. In either case, though, it doesn't bode well for us at all. And considering... Pardon my intrusion, but this is not the meat of my reports. Allow me to finish. Oh. Alright, Baron, go ahead. You see, even though Caston was under Luxon occupation, there was a skirmish that broke out as I was passing by. It was only 3 men and 2 women that were fighting against Luxon, but surprisingly, this small group handed the soldiers a fairly resounding defeat. The most relevant detail, however, was in exactly how they were able to open a hole in Luxon. One of the rebels. He was a younger-looking man with brown hair and a headband. He was fighting light magic the likes of which I have never seen. It was brilliant, and brilliantly lethal. And it reminded me of the things you said about the tome we were looking for. The one called... Candescent. Baron, please tell me that you brought whatever tome this person was using. Because what we got from Terran, it ended up being a dang fake. Unfortunately, Caius, no, I don't have it. I intended to keep tabs on them until a time I could come contact you. But soon after, the group got themselves captured by a larger Luxon unit. Last I saw, they were in change on the caravan headed for the Luxon border. Right, I see. Baron, at any rate, you have been incredibly insightful for us today. You've done an excellent job. Thank you, Sir Caius. If you don't mind my asking, though, what is it that you'd like me to do next? I'm going to need to come back to that in a moment. I need a moment to process a few things. If you would, Baron, let me finish my discussions with Lancaster and Rain. I will detail your next mission afterwards. I understand. At your leave. Dang, that's rough. Okay, so now he is on our trail definitively. That said, I guess the logical next point would be like, oh, now Luxon has the Candescent Tome. You know what I mean? So, what are we waiting for? We need to go get that tome. I think there are other things we need to consider here, Rain. Something more important than Candescent? You heard Caius. Nearly everything we've done has been centered around finding it. Now that we've just been handed a lifeline, you're telling me that there's something more important? Yes, and you should know it too. Given what I've told you about Luxon, as well as what Baron just confirmed, we would be ignorant to not consider the imminent threat that they pose. We need to start preparing our exit strategy. I see. You know what? That's valid. Let's see. Well, Caius, what do you think? Look, you're both right. I think that best we can, we should try and split the difference. So, here's what I propose we do. Lancaster, I want you to send back to Luxon to follow up on this. Or send you back to Luxon. We've poured so much into finding Candescent, we owe it to ourselves as well as to those we've lost along the way, to follow through on all possible avenues until the end. And this may be our last chance of actually finding it. A reasonable answer, thank you. You know as well as I do how tricky of a situation that will be. Yes, I do, but of the three of us, or four if you include Baron, you're by far the most suited for it. Try to find any information about the whereabouts of this rebel group. And heck, if you could somehow get a hold of the tome, even better. I will reiterate that you do not disclose the nature of our true objective. The last thing we want is to tip off Luxon to the fact that they still may be harboring one of the strongest tomes in the known world. Is that so? And also, it goes without saying, if at all possible, don't blow your cover. We are already on borrowed time. What will you have Rain do, and what will you do? As for your earlier points, you're right about Luxon. We need to start preparations for our contingency plan. I will begin work on things here in Ballaray. Okay, we're in Ballaray. And I will task Rain and Baron with similar work outside its borders. Good thinking. I think that's the right move. Yes, I just pray that your trip to Luxon is a fruitful one. This may be our last chance to in finding our bargaining chip. And on a personal point, making everything we've done meritable. Right, I'll do my utmost, Caius. I'm off. Good job, soldier. I mean, question mark, good job? I don't actually know who's the good guy and the bad guy here, because clearly Luxon is not the good guy, you know what I mean? But this guy, like, he's evil, like, this guy looks a little bit edgy, this guy is like a necromancer. It's hard to say, actually, where we're standing in terms of things. Like, nobody has morals, it feels like. And in a way, that's a cool thing. It makes it very questionable as to who's doing the good, you know what I mean? Caius, forgive me if I misheard, but from the sound of it, you're about to send me away from here. And if I had to guess as to where, it is somewhere far, far away. Well, look, Rain, You're serious then, really? Of all times, Caius, now? We're on the doorstep of possibility, obtaining the true Candescent. Oh, possibly, okay, gotcha. But rather than having me around to help, you want to send me in the complete opposite direction. That tome means nothing to you without me. Rain. And secondly, let's not think for a moment that this headband guy knows what he's doing, or that he is better than me. If he is indeed using Candescent, he's lucky he isn't dead yet. Tomes that prove to be too much for their user usually end up killing them. There's no way he understands what's going on with its text. I mean, as it stands, the only knowledge we could even have what is inside comes directly from the tome at your hip. We haven't found a single shred of information anywhere else. Whatever power he is using out of Candescent, if it is indeed Candescent, it must be something born of sheer luck, or coincidence, or both. I'm not sure. But I will adamantly refuse that his ability comes from a higher proficiency. There are none equal to me when it comes to light magic. That's why you need me going after Candescent now. Rain, please settle down. This has nothing to do with your ability as a magic user. Well, maybe I wish it did. Because if you saw my power for what it is, you wouldn't be sending me on errands. This isn't an errand, Rain. Listen to me. I've told you this story before. I went to the ends of the continent searching everywhere high and low, looking anywhere I could for someone capable of wielding such powerful magic. Who you were in life, as well as who you were in life, as well as where you were in life, they were both irrelevant to me. I needed the strongest light magic user possible. That's why my search stopped with you. Rain, I have no doubts in the power you possess, but now it just so happens that for our ultimate objective, the objective I've been very transparent about since the day we met, your background offers us a very valuable asset. It is now, and it is one we will now need to utilize. I want Candescent just as bad as you do, trust me. But I need to stay focused on our end goal. We will do everything we can to secure Candescent, but we must still try and prepare for an eventuality without it as well. I shouldn't need to remind you of that, right? Right. Good. I'm going to send Baron to Ursk and then down to LaCroix. He can cover those areas. But I need you to get to the Mama-san Senate as quickly as you can. Oh. Is Rain a female bishop? I just realized. Okay. This makes a lot more sense then. For Mama-san, that is, because it's a female-ruled, like, senate. That's on me for mistaking the portrait. It's time that we tell them the full story of what is going on in Luxon, as well as how we might best deal with it. We will be awaiting your return. And if I come back to find that you're all gone, then we have already fled. You should know already where you'll find us. Yes. Good. Now please, head out as quickly as you can. We have no time to lose. Fine. Alright then. Rain. That is a very fascinating turn of events then. Apparently, I would have to guess some sort of noble of Mama-san. Guess we'll see. And here we are, Samless, but, of course, with the, general. I think his name was Glenn. Jay? Jay, eyes up, lad. Jay. Huh? Jay, you've been staring at your feet ever since we left the Luxon outpost. Is everything alright? Oh well. Well, I guess not so much, Clinton. I just can't believe Sam left. I mean, I can believe it, after all that's happened, but it's quite strange. Growing up, Finch was the only person I could ever really rely on. My upbringing wasn't always the prettiest, and honestly, I didn't have many friends. There's not many to be made in the thieving business. But meeting Sam, and now you all have quite literally put your lives on the line for me. It's a level of trust I only shared with Finch growing up. It's probably part of the reason why I felt so heck bent on getting help to him in the first place. I guess what I'm saying is, Sam leaving hurts. It does. No, you're right. You're correct. It does. Both from his character missing as, like, the borderline, like, the father figure of the group, which I guess is fitting for him, but also as, like, a unit. Everything about Sam leaving hurts a lot. We'd only been together for a few weeks, really. But he was a friend, family even. And I haven't been blessed with much of either. Aye, the thieving life can be lonely. Hard to get anyone to trust you when doing an untrustworthy thing. That is why I make habits of not getting close to anyone. In the end, very few people end up being people that stick by you in the thick and thin. Better to trust yourself than to trust someone else. Yeah, Lana, but, well, I think that's a pretty close-minded outlook. And it seems like a surefire way to end up awfully lonely. And, at least to me, living lonely isn't a great way to live. To me, trust is something other people build in themselves about you. If you only trust yourself, you end up convincing yourself that your way is always right, and that no one else's opinion is important enough to guide your decisions. Clinton, I think that's naive. People will fail you. Didn't you leave a group of bandits yourself, Clinton? Bandits that only trusted themselves, which made you not trust them yourself? Yes, but Lana, there are people out there that I want to get to know. People I haven't met yet. Good people. And if I let my past relationships dictate my actions now, well, I wouldn't have met you all. I think you're all good people. Even you, Lana, so I at least try to keep an open mind. Even if I don't fully agree with you, I suppose I can see where you're coming from. You know, Clinty, maybe you got some wisdom locked behind that big ol' head of yours. You're just full of surprises, aren't you? I think I could say the same thing about you. Alright. Thank you both for your words of wisdom. I'll have to get over Sam if I want to help Cordelia find her sister. It'll probably just take some time. For now, let's get back with Cordelia and Finch and see what the next move is. True. Very important. The story has been long for sure, but I'm not displeased by that in any way. This has all been very fun to read. Jay, good timing. Our rat here says that we're coming up on the fort where Ophelia is being held. We need to start building a plan of attack on how to get her back. Rat. We will see who the rat is when... Right, we know. Jay? Me. Why are you asking me for my strategy? Finch is the one with actual combat experience and actual strategy training. Wait, really? You were giving a fair amount of orders back at the Luxon Fort. I guess I just assumed it was you. I mean, I guess Finch talked a lot as well. When he was flailing around haphazardly with one arm. He didn't look much like a trained soldier, even if it was somewhat effective. Hey, I'll have you know, Cordelia, that before this arm affliction, I was quite capable on horseback. I actually spent several years training in Ursus military, and I was quite the force to be reckoned with, or to be dealt with, I'll tell you what. Huh, I wouldn't have guessed. However, Jay, Cordelia is right about one thing. You were indeed calling a fair amount of the shots back there at the fort. A lot of your directives actually made sense. So if you have an idea about how to tackle the upcoming forts, I'd also like to hear it. Again, I'll ask. You're the combat veteran. Why should we be following my lead? I guess I just figured that if we're going to keep getting stuck in fights, it might be beneficial to help you develop some battle tactics. I'm also curious as to where you even picked up on battle strategy. All those years I spent defending your butts. Were you sandbagging on me the whole time? No, not at all. I only started to think about this kind of stuff when Sam joined my company. I didn't know the first thing about fighting, but it was him who was critical of my fighting techniques, and eventually, he talked me into taking things more slowly, in a more calculated fashion. But now that he's gone, I don't... Jay, you need to start thinking for yourself. The fact remains that you now have new people who are following your lead. You followed my lead for so long. It's time you grew a spine and led me for a bit. Fair enough. We've got Grandpa over here with his new bride. Telling the whippersnapper, kick it up a notch, buddy. Finch, maybe not today. Sam being gone is weighing pretty heavily on my mind. Honestly, my head just doesn't feel as clear right now because of it. I don't know, with, I wouldn't be saying all this with Narshan right here in front of us, or, Glenn, I suppose. Look, I don't care who takes the lead on this. Jay, if it's your plan and it's not ludicrous, I'll follow. But we need to get this show on the road. This is on your call, Jay. If you're going to fight against soldiers, you'll need to know how to think like one. So clear your head and think. I can't have you distracted on a live battlefield anyway. Fine, let me try and think for a moment then. Maybe start with the terrain? Oh yeah, right. Lieutenant Glenn probably knows this area much better than us, though. Glenn, what can you tell us? Why would I tell you anything, you darn reprobate? Wait, what are you? Ah, ow, get your hands off me, stop, I'll talk. Isn't that a simple little trick? Wow, your hands are hotter than a blacksmith's kiln. Fine, there's a narrow mountain passage coming up. Fort is just on the other side of the mountain range. Just before it, in front of us here, the landscape is pretty open. That's it. I certainly wouldn't tell you Luxon's movements even if I knew them. I want you to die, which you probably will anyway. Okay. So, if there's a narrow passage coming up, it might be a decent place for us to get to. We did pass the Luxon Fort on our way here, and on the off chance that they deploy some soldiers from our south, the last thing we'd want to do is get surrounded on all sides. At least there in that valley we can narrow it down to 2. That makes sense. Okay, then what? I think we use natural advantage to our cover, or natural cover to our advantage. And if we can knock down some of their numbers over there, we might gain enough advantage to be able to push the fort. Not a bad assessment, Jay. Actually really good. The only thing I would alert you to, the one that Glenn thinks could be his trump card, is that it is a fairly cool evening this far north, which means, especially around these mountains, that we'll have fog rolling in. Good catch, Finch. Uh-oh. Fog of war. Okay, I think I got it. Now that I've done what you've asked, will you take the lead now? I really don't feel in the state of mind to be giving orders. Please, Finch. Alright, I got it. Don't freak out on me, Jay. Okay, so Jay's plan is solid. Let's head to that valley. On the way, we need to watch enemy movements, especially before some of the thicker fog rolls in. Oh, is it going to be like a turn-based fog? Interesting. It might give us an edge in predicting when they are about to strike, or when we can move forward. Follow my lead. Gotcha, okay. Due to a nearby armory? Yeah, okay, we can do armory/vendor. Alright then, now that was a lot of story. That was a lot of story indeed. However, not in a bad way. Like I said earlier, it's, oh wow, okay. There's a hero class unit up here. Wow, this looks like quite the map. Huh. This one's interestingly built, actually. Because, like... No, there's a... Oh, hold on, what are these? Mage Knights, okay. Army of Luxon, winner of the Regent War. Yeah, okay. Interesting, okay. Alright. But, you know, there's a lot going on here, for sure. I like this map. This is a cool map. It feels... Let's see, how would I put this? Like, obviously this is a bit of a hallway. But... the enemy placements feel very precise. Is this a Rough Rider or just a Nomad? Okay. Wait, what is that skill? Free Reign. +2 damage when on open terrain. Gotcha. Well then, let's have a look at everything. I wonder... Our objective is to save Cordelia. This is Simmons, a combatant. Captain of the 34th Infantry of Luxon, Stalwart. I really like that portrait. That is a very good splice of Noah. Combatant. Swords, lances. Okay then. Wing Javelin. Sleek Javelin with extra range. Res +2. +3 attack when initiating. +2 speed from the quick draw. Wow, he's really, really strong. This is a cool portrait. I like this guy. I mean, obviously we're not going to be getting him with his 3 leadership stars, his vanity as a boss unit, and his general abilities. Silent Pride, gain +1 damage, and take -1 per 25% below max HP. Wow. Okay. That's really strong. No, this guy's cool. This guy's cool, but unfortunately he's not going to be one of ours. Let's see if we can find Cordelia here on the map prior to... I would have to assume she's probably just in the fort that Simmons is guarding. Also, I should be looking at their items. Wow, there's a lot. Okay, hold on. Quartz Gem on this one. Fool's Gold. A deceivingly worthless rock. Favorite target of thieving pickpockets. That is really cool. That's really cool, actually. That's amazing. Hold on a second. That is amazing. I love this. I love this so much, but I'm still going to be getting it, and we're going to be having a great time with that. I hope that comes in handy later. Sacred Tear. Okay, and that's on you. So, do you move? You do move. Okay, so that's +1 luck. Not incredibly, like, sought after, I'd suppose, but still going to try to get it. Lead Sword, which one? Okay. Keep an eye out. Another Steel Lance Horseslayer combo on this guy. That's a really cool way of doing it, honestly. I feel like it fits very well. Zanbato, Lead Sword, Broadaxe. A wide, heavy, but accurate axe. Okay. So it's going to hit you, but he's probably getting... Yeah, no, he's losing almost all of his speed. He's down 4. For the first time in quite a while, a Javelin Soldier. Another Quartz Gem. A Parry Blade. Good against sword-centric classes. Interesting. Wait, that was on you. Quartz Gem on this Killer Bow. And then... Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Great Sword, Chasm. Okay, now this map looks really cool. This one's going to be a blast, especially after the very long story. It was a very long story indeed. Actually, we're leveling up very well. 4 of our units are already... Actually, no, not promotion level, because in this game, promotion level is 15, due to how important all of your units are. But anyway, I have to do some quick preparations, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, I think I'm good to go. The first order of business, of course, is going to be stat boosters. I've decided, painstakingly, that I'm going to be giving the Air Distillé to Finch. He and Cordelia were by far my 2 biggest considerations, because obviously if Finch gets it, he gets a couple lucky level ups on that newly 50% speed or newly 40% defense, even the 30% res, he's going to be popping off. He's already doing very well, but I'm thinking we can make him crazy. The alternative was, of course, Cordelia. She could have had better speed, hopefully better defense, and then have just generally been a wall of stats. And I'm still tempted to do that in a pretty serious way. Wait a second. Do I still have... Wait a second. Did I also lose the body ring? Or did I not steal it? Was it a stealable? Was that the thing? Or did... No! It was on Sam too! Ah! The body ring and the Lance Reaver, my guy. He got my treasure, and he's like, I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm not. I changed my mind. I don't want to be here no more. You guys are the thieves, but I'm out of here. I got all your stuff, buddy. That's a shame. I could have given that to her. I do love to give my body rings to my mages and stuff. Although in this game, the tomes don't look to be too heavy. But either way, I'm going to be giving the air distillery over to Finch. As much as I really did want to give it to Cordelia, if we get another one, it will be going to her, but for now, this one's going to Finch. And just like that, he's looking slightly less red, a little bit more orange and yellow, and hopefully he'll be one of my best. I mean, he's already basically my best unit now. And then all that's left... Oh, right, okay, so I decided not to give out the Vigor Ring. What I was, like, partially planning on doing was give Cordelia the Air Distille, and then give Finch the Vigor Ring, was what I was going to do. But I feel like he's probably going to cap strength anyway, and then if he ends up with the Air Distille, he's also already going to cap his strength, you know what I mean? And then as for her, there's no point in giving it to her because she's also going to cap her magic. I'm thinking I'll wait and see if I get another axe unit, and then I could pump them up to, like, ridiculous levels of strength. And, like, there's a certain point at which I don't care if a unit wastes stat boosters by capping the stats. Getting to the cap faster is a meme that I like to use, but, like, it's also kind of serious somewhat. So I'm going to wait, and if I don't get anybody like this chapter or next chapter that I really want to give it to, I'm probably just going to give it to Cordelia, and if she caps magic faster, then so be it. Can't go wrong with a nuke mage. I won't be mad at all. But other than that, I think we're good to go. I did also go ahead and give over the patch-up kit to Lana. I might temporarily not use it, just on the off chance that we do get another person who can use it, but I figured, you know, might as well have it in case I only want a little bit of healing for Danielle. To be fair, it's still going to be 7 plus her magic, right? So it's still going to be 14 HP heals, which pretty much by default puts her over the limit for the Stellar Pike. But maybe she'll get some HP level ups. I mean, it's not a low growth at all with that 75. To be fair, she was also a consideration for the Air Distille. Would have had 40 speed, 55 strength, 60 skill that way, and 50 defense. She's a really good choice for it as well. But for now, decided that I'd just go ahead and get right on into it. So let's go ahead and save. This game is immaculate so far. I gotta say, the more I play this game, the more I love this game. I'm genuinely just like feeling it. Every single map, it's just great. Everything about it so far. There's not really been a serious complaint, apart from Jay. Never forget. Never forget. He might be doing better. Don't forget that. We still can't trust him. Hey, Jay, one last thing. What's up? Like we talked about, keep an eye behind us, gotcha. A good soldier always has his head on a swivel. Battlefields change on a moment's notice. Should always be prepared for the unexpected. Oh, more soldier talk. Good to know, I guess. Thanks. Huh, that was odd. Is he really that bothered with Sam leaving? I'm bothered by Sam leaving. Homeboy took off with my stuff. Not that I'm terribly displeased or anything. Like, I don't actually care that much because I think it's cool. You know, Orson is like my second favorite character in Fire Emblem. I think it's cool to have units that can literally just run off with your good stuff. It builds memories, that's for sure. But anyway, this first turn is set up very, very neatly. Obviously, I think the intended strat for this is to have her attack like this and then have Finch stand right here and then sort of just soak everything. However, I don't think I can really get away with that. I mean, like, it would block this guy from attacking her, this lead sword guy. It would block him from attacking because he would have to go around, and then he can only reach to, like, just out of her range. But my Finch isn't quite on par to deal with this guy by himself. So what I'm going to do is instead probably just Reflex or Iron Bow. This guy's strong. This guy's strong for sure. My other consideration, if I'm not able to deal anything meaningful to these guys, is to honestly just put Danielle here on this forest and let her soak the enemy phase as I really, really try my best to take out this Zanbato. Not that the Zanbato is the scariest enemy, not even by a large margin or anything, but he's scary enough that I definitely need to take him out this turn. I mean, he is a... Wow. Great level up. He is a virtual one-shot on Mr. Clinton here. Like, I can show you. He's not even a virtual one-shot. He is a one-shot. But yeah, for sure, I'm going to do Danielle right here on the forest. And then she'll soak 2 units, I would hope. I guess we'll see whether or not she soaks 2 of them. And then I'm going to give this experience to Cordelia, if at all possible. Yeah, she's already insane. Like, she's already crazy. To be fair, she is getting more from Finch being nearby. Oh, and if the foe is not at full HP. No, if I'd given her the air distille, no, she would have been insane. She's already insane. That's 60 damage. That literally kills a person from full health. Like, I mean, Cordelia is amazing. But no, for sure. If I don't get somebody who I want to give that energy ring to, it's going to her, and she's going to be even more nuclear. To be fair, she was getting like +5 damage from all that. Not quite +5, I think it was +3. But even so, that's big. That's a lot of damage, for sure. Let's see, and then you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then attack to here. So let's back off a little bit. I'll let Clinton soak this guy. This, homeboy right here. The mage doesn't move, so that's fine. What do you have that's scary? Effective against horses and armor. Okay, that's good to know, because I was thinking Chasm was just going to be Hellfire equivalent. That's really cool. Like a Rapier Tome? Sure. I hope we get one of those at some point. Sheesh. Good lord, she'll be insane. But I have a feeling that we won't be getting one of those for quite some time. I also get this odd feeling that some weapons are enemy exclusive, which has always been a bit of a, let's see, I guess I would call it a hard spot in the Fire Emblem community. But yeah, I bet Finch was meant to take this guy on with the Lance-Reaver. Oh well. I bet it's always been, or I think it's always been a bit of a hard spot with the community, because it's like, you know, I don't have to, oh wait, I could do something kind of funny here. I could just, oh wait, no, I can't shove him, because, yeah, then he'd be in range for that. But no, it's because, like, oh, you have weapons that I can't use, what a shame, and all this, but I don't actually mind it that much. I think it creates interesting situations. Let's see, I'll get into that in a minute, though. Oh, wait, Jay, Spearmint could save your life. Sure, Lana, what do you need? Back where I grew up, there's a lot of fog. It causes it rains all the time. I got so used to it nowadays. I got pretty good at seeing. Oh, gotcha, okay. If you need a spotter out there, keep me close. It's quite a specific skill to have, Lana. Combined with your light fingers, I'm curious to ask, where exactly did you grow up? Or maybe a better question, who exactly did you grow up with? Maybe a story for another time, Jay. I don't care to bring up my past. And we don't know how long it'll be till we got soldiers around us. Oh, alright then. Lastly, before you go, I made a couple little torches for us. When the fog starts rolling in, give me a shout and I can use them. I mean, you can use them for yourself, but I think you'll get more use out of if you have me light them instead. Good thinking, Lana. Thanks for doing all that. Not a worry. Just keep in mind that I only have 2 of them. Let's use them wisely. Anyway, Jay, eyes up, let's go. Cleric who has all the attributes of a thief. Just who are you, Lana? Got a torch. Gonna get 2 of them, right? Oh, okay, only got 2 uses of it. Well, I'll put the patch-up kit away then. I really don't want to accidentally use the, you know, the thing there, the patch-up kit too much. That's really cool. 2-use torches, though. Fascinating. Very fascinating indeed. Ooh, don't crit me. Maybe I'll crit you? I'm not gonna double him as much as I want to. This soldier's quite strong. All of the enemies are really strong. There's a very specific balance on things. Very nice level up. But as I was saying earlier, I think I don't know, everything about this game so far has just been wonderful to experience. It's very rare to have such a, how would I say it? It's like not necessarily tightly. No, it is tightly balanced. I just mean to say, like, the way that it's balanced is very specific in a very tight way, but it doesn't feel dependent on your unit's level ups, you know what I mean? Somewhat it does, like if your Sam had not gotten speed, or if your, I guess if your Clinton didn't have enough, like, strength, I don't feel bad by not being able to double a lot of the time. Because I expect it, you know? I already know about what my units are doing, like, roughly the damage that they're dealing. And otherwise... Oh, actually, are you going to have more... Okay, you still have the defense attribute sort of stuff, okay. Well, if that's the case, I can wall off here with Cordelia. Could even do one better, and... Let's see, now I wouldn't be able to shove her. I guess I could attack and then reposition, but I kind of just want to stand here and wall with her. I think that would be decently solid, and then take my time to get rid of these guys. Sword Reaver. Fascinating. If that's going to be the case, maybe I'll put Danielle here on the forest. But for now, we have to get through these guys, so let's see how this goes first. Either way, everything feels great so far. I have no complaints about this game. I bet that she deals a very significant amount of damage. Yeah, okay. That's really good. It would be really nice to have her right there. Let's see. How does Jay do, I wonder? Let's see. If he's able to wall off... Honestly, he does that more effectively. And he has defense. Well, not really, but like... Actually, she's just better. That's pretty funny. She's just a little bit better. Let's see. I could... He's taking 14 from this. 20 damage, 17 damage. Let's assume you're dealing the most you can. 18 damage. So that's 13. Is it 13 plus 14? Is that really it? Yeah, it is. Well, if I have Finch in range, he takes less damage, right? So that's actually okay. Yeah, okay. So if I have Finch right here, attack this guy and kill him, then Jay is fine. Let's go for that then. Let's get it, buddy. Very nice. Yeah, okay. This should work out. This should work out just fine. The fog is probably going to start rolling in pretty soon, so I have to keep an eye out on everything. Put him here with the Candescent. Okay. That should wall off decently. You're not in range. Yeah, everything feels very deliberate. Everything does. I have no qualms about how the enemy has been positioned and whatnot. You can now do a very significant amount of damage, and then if I... how do I want to do this? Hard choice. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and place her back here to soak this guy. I will not reposition for now. I don't want you in range, so I'm probably going to have to do it like this. Heal from this spot. Because I do want him to be healed. I do definitely want him to be healed this turn. We'll do... Because I could stand here with you, and it's not really a big deal. Then we can stand down here with you. I really hope that this hits. Like, if not, I don't think I die, but... A miss for sure really damages your abilities. And then we'll do this. Okay. That turn felt like it went really well. That was a very productive turn. I just feel so great about the gameplay. It feels incredible. Like, I hope that it keeps getting better. Like, okay, so my usual, okay, whew, a little bit scary there. My usual philosophy with game design, or Fire Emblem design specifically, is that I typically see newer hack creators making their games, and then the games get better with time, you know what I mean? Because the first, like, early maps, they're gonna be solid, they're gonna be playtested a lot, but at the end of the day, they're probably going to be weaker than the late game maps. That's how I usually feel. Because, obviously, you get better with time. You do more, you're able to put your game together a little bit better the more you've put time into it, you know what I mean? And to this end, maybe the early game has just been playtested a bunch, but I have no feelings as though the game is going to get worse with time. Possibly that it'll get better with time. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope it does. Hand axe, finally. Wait, we don't have an axe user. What's going to happen? I wonder. Are we gonna get Sam back? I hope so. I sure hope so. Guess we'll see. I hope. I really do. I really hope that we get Sam back. Ooh, I don't want to end turn, that's for sure. Go ahead and do this with Clinton. I have heard reports, so to speak, that Clinton can be less than good if he doesn't level up properly, and I haven't really been keeping track of my Clinton's level ups too much, but he feels solid. Everything about him so far just feels decently okay. Probably gonna reposition you like this, that way I can get this kill with Finch. And then, ooh, that's actually a little bit low on hit rates. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put Finch right here. I mean, that's a lot. Well, it's actually not too bad. It's Finch. I mean, he's gonna be fine. Is he gonna be fine? I mean, this is I mean, it doesn't matter. Broad Axe, while good, is only accurate as opposed to being incredibly strong. And he's actually going to get doubled. So I might as well put the Steel Sword on. And if that's gonna be the case, then... let's see. Let's try this. And then... I'm not quite able to reach up to here unless I use him. That could be good. I could rally him, and then he would kill exactly, so let's do that. I really hope this hits so that I can rally, of course. I still have yet to update the patch. That just struck me. Dang. I still need to do that so that the Candescent gets a little bit of hit rates. That's fine. For now, I'm not too caught up on it. So far, the game still feels great. Okay. Now he should get the kill. he should solidly be able to manage. I didn't swap over to the steel sword as a result of this, but apparently that doesn't matter. The very lucky 69 miss there came in very handy. Let's see. So we've got this Pegasus Knight moving in as well. That feels like a very deliberate spot to land on. And I'm quite pleased with that, actually. Very nice chasm with a sort of an eruption animation, if I'm not mistaken. Please hit. Please. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay, and then the, I'm actually really tempted to see, like, maybe through repositioning Finch, what the thing does there. Oh, what's this? Hey, you shaman, you're with me for patrol. Remember, one step out of line and I've orders to put a lance in your back. Oh, is this Cordelia? You're a prisoner of Luxon. You're lucky that we even let you still breathe. Oh my gosh, I feel so threatened. The big baddie soldier is sending me into the valley. Whatever will I do when our sweep comes up with nothing for the millionth time? Go ahead and get lippy with me. No skin off my back if I happen to slip today and lose hold in my lance. I watch you drop that lance 5 times a day on your own. You'd be better off making sure it doesn't end up going into you. Cordelia, wherever you are, I won't let them get under my skin. Can't let them see it affect me. But who am I kidding? After what I heard today, things are only gonna get harder. Hey, I said it's time to go. It's because you're so big and bad that you get to go in front. Because if anyone's getting hit first, it's gonna be you. And if you even remotely think of pulling a punch, I won't think twice to put my lance in your back. Get a move on. Awesome, so that's a shaman, question mark. The fog is rolling in, everyone stay close. Can't afford to get separated when we can't see what's in the distance. Ah. Unlucky, I can't see her stats. Unlucky, dang, that's rough. Ah, that's fine. That's all good. Okay, hopefully we one-shot. Yes, we do, very convincingly. I might even be able to get away with this. I know it's going to be less... I'm not going to trust that accuracy. I'm not going to trust that accuracy. I know better than that. Okay, let's take advantage of all of our damage. Actually, let's try something like this. Oh, he doubles with the lightning tome. Is that worthwhile? Can we take damage? Not really meaningfully. Well then, I guess we'll simply have to hope for a miss. Hope for an 86 miss. Okay, no, Danielle's too reliable for that. Unlucky, I can't see Cordelia's stats. However, if we're getting a shaman, I'm quite pleased. I do like the shaman class a lot. It's very rare that you get to use a shaman in the early game. Although I feel like some hacks definitely changed that formula a tad bit. Let's see, a little bit of a glitch. Oh. I just realized that that's the All-Star theme from Melee. Smash Melee. That's really cool. I like that. Okay, we'll use the Candescent. I hope that this is fine. This is extremely fine. He's doing alright. I mean, he's doing his thing. He's Jaying. Well, we don't want to say that. That might be, not true. I think Jaying is what happens when you miss every single attack. But, for now, he's fine. He's doing well. HP luck. Okay, maybe my Clinton is not so good. Maybe my Clinton's not doing great, but that's fine. He's still performing about on par with what I'd wish of him. Let's see, so if I'm not mistaken, there's a Schism Tome right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's also a Killer Bow on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm going to assume. I should assume 7, and then he goes right here. Let's go ahead and bait out the Schism Tome. Actually, let's see what's in this village first. Looks like all the citizens here have gone to their homes. I'm sure they won't mind if I grab one of the decorations at the gate. There seem to be plenty. Light Rune. You know what? That is a really cool thing to have in this game. I will make use of that in a pretty significant way. I like Light Runes a lot. I'm going to hope that he's fine. I'm going to have to use the torch on the next turn. I'm glad that the flyers came to us early on. Okay, good. We should double, if I'm not mistaken. I still need to check the weight of the Schism Tome, but I do recall it being heavy, because we were able to double the one in the previous chapter. Because their speed was not doubleable speed, but then it was? Question mark? I'm probably gonna have to use a vulnerary. Ooh, okay. I'm going to... Let's see, Lance Reaver and Axe Reaver. Well, if that's the case, what I'm going to do is stand here with the torch. Whoosh. And then I'm going to get everybody behind Finch, basically. You don't move, you do. Lead Sword. Okay. So maybe I have Danielle stand up front. Lance Reaver and Axe Reaver, so a sword would be the best option, and he has the rapier. So, if I stand here in vulnerary with him, I guess it would have to be elixir unless I trade a vulnerary over. I wouldn't be so bad off to let Jay or Cordelia stand in front, because only one can attack due to the forest. Although, I think Lead Sword was here, so I can't do that either. So it will have to be Danielle right here. I can put her with the Axe Reaver. Probably not even. The Steel Axe will attack her, and that'll be fine, I guess, but... I guess that's how I'll do it. I guess I'll put you right here. Actually, am I able to... not quite. Not quite safely, that is. I'll do it like this. I'll put her here. She gets attacked by one, and that's fine. I'll put Finch. Let's see. I guess I could put Jay down here as well, or I could do that. Maybe that's a little bit better. It keeps him more in the fray. Rapier equipped and vulnerary up. That should mostly block everything off. That's a Lance Reaver. Honestly, I don't super mind if Jay takes a hit from the Lance Reaver. Put Jay right here, though, instead. That's probably fine. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then attack to here. So what I'll do is I'll put you here, without the Stellar Pike equipped. Put you here, and I don't super mind if Jay gets hit once. Actually, there's an oddly perfectly spaced place of safety there. So that's cool. Let's see, who would I want closer to that side? I guess Jay should probably be on this side. If Finch is the one who gets attacked both times, he's going to kill them both, so it's fine. And then this also gives more avoid through inspiration or charm, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. That'll work out basically perfectly. That is a really cool set of positions. We'll do... It doesn't matter, because he's not getting attacked. Basically, my only big down here is if somehow Danielle gets a kill from a crit, because I know that... Okay, well this is more fine. This is extremely okay. Not only because of the dodge, but because the big damage and... Well, I mean, it's... Danielle doesn't get hit with an axe, so everything works out here. Speed, good. Very good. That is what I love to see. Speed and defense level ups are the two I'm most seeking for her. By far. By far my most sought after level ups for her. Because if she happens to become a speed/defense mage, we're probably going to see... I'm probably going to get to show you guys what I mean when the player gets a defense mage. Because when the player gets a defense mage in a Fire Emblem game, things become insane. That is why, in some ways, you have to be careful in your design to not give players a defense mage. Other than, like, a shaman or something, because ordinarily they're going to be slow. I guess I should specify a speed defense mage. Because ordinarily, enemies are built with the idea in mind. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Rachel, come on, we have to keep moving. Hold on a second, Sam. I see you. They aren't far behind us. We need to make some distance. Dad, we can't see where we're going. We don't even know what's ahead of us. But we do know for certain what is behind us. Keep moving. Is that so? Well, well, my good friend. Do you still have my equipments? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Well, hello, Sam. Good to see you again. Again, my friend. Can anybody else speak to you so I don't have to use up Candescent turn? Yeah. Ah, wait a minute. Is that Sam? Wait. Jay? Sam, what the heck are you doing here? Thought you left for Ursk. We went to the border, but we found it to be completely guarded for miles. There's no way through. When we tried to double back to look for a weak point, we were spotted. We've been running like heck since. Gods, what a stroke of luck to have found you. We need your help. We could use yours. Sam, join us for now. We're still looking for Cordelia's sister, but we'll do our best to help protect you both as well. We stand a much better chance of getting out alive if we fight together. I agree. Jay, no time to lose. And also, the soldiers behind us. There weren't many, but they looked powerful. We have a bit of time before they're here. We need to create some distance. They aren't the kind you want to fight. Roger, Sam. It's good to have you back. Let's do this. Like old times, huh? Like old times. Alright. Now that is what I'm talking about. That It's great. I'm happy now. I can resume my beating people to death. That's a very convenient amount of HP. And there's the hand axe. Okay, awesome. Excellent. Magnificent. Broad axe. I'm just gonna let those guys trail us. I don't even mind. I'm gonna go ahead and heal up you, though, Finch. I probably shouldn't do that, actually. I should probably save my healing to see what my HP situation's gonna be like. No, I'm gonna have to heal. I'm gonna have to heal him, for sure. I'm gonna shoot you. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Well, I don't want to rush too far ahead. That said, I can't really... Well, I mean, I don't see any way that the enemies would be able to reach us. Yeah, okay, so there's nothing unless there are newly spawned flyer reinforcements, which I don't think that the game has... I have enough faith in Sokobala to not throw flyer reinforcements at us in a Fog of War map, you know what I mean? Like, flyer reinforcements in a Fog of War map is not what you do to create a fun experience, in my humble opinion. And I think that that is a thing that I can very much trust will not occur. Maybe I shouldn't have that trust, but I think it has been earned. So, let's see how this goes. I think this is a good way of doing a Fog of War map, show you the map prior and let you know that your flying threats are out of the way prior to making you do all of this. Let's see, how do I want to go about this? Does it even matter, really? I don't think it should matter. I don't have to use the heavy bow here. It's kind of like, do I want Finch to take the damage? And the answer is probably no. So, let's just hope that he gets the hits, and if not, then I'll cry about it, and then that'll be the end of the episode. Speaking of the end of the episode, we might have to end this one early, because the story portion was quite long, and I don't want this episode to be 2 hours, so... Guess we'll see. Maybe after the end of this turn. Magic defense. Well, as you can tell, these things are already coming in handy. 25% growth? Heck yeah. Let's see. I can't really move her out of the way, but it's fine if she gets attacked. I'm okay with that. Now that we have Sam back, though... Oh, actually, I need to be careful because there is the Nomad that's on the fort still. And he has a killer bow. So here's hoping he's not in range. Because that'll be a lot. That'll be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then attack to here. Okay. Well, looks like things are gearing up for quite the battle. I will hope that you'll join me next time for the remainder of this map. Like I said, it is getting to be a long one. I don't want to spend necessarily 2 hours on one episode, you know what I mean? Make it more convenient for you guys in your time. But anyway, this map is shaping up to be quite wonderful. I look forward to seeing what specifically this Nomad has on the horizon for us. And what his sister, or what Cordelia's sister is going to be like, because I like her portrait, I like her personality. They seem to be very, they both seem to be very cool sisters. And as a shaman, she's going to be quite strong. And I have an energy ring. And now this weak band. So I can boost up her constitution, get that speed going a little bit, and then throw her 2 uses of the energy ring. Be nuking people. I bet it's going to be great. So you won't want to miss the next episode, right? I've given you the reason to come back anyway. I'll quit with all this stuff. Make sure to like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. We're this many episodes deep. Surely you're having a good time. If you like donating via Ko-fi, I very much appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see you later.